They came to take my land. They came to take my people. They came to make me bow. But I was not born to kneel. When the Portuguese demanded I sit on the floor before them, I made my own throne. I am Nzinga of Ndongo, queen, warrior, strategist. And this is the story of the queen who refused to surrender. And the receipts are powerful. Welcome back to Receipts from the Past, where we tell the stories history forgot. The stories that didn't make the textbooks, but still made history. Today, you will hear this story from me. Not from the Portuguese records, not from the history books, from the queen they tried to conquer and never could. I was born around 1583 in the Kingdom of Ndongo, in what you now call Angola. I was the daughter of a king. I was raised to understand power, to understand war, to understand diplomacy. But when I was young, strangers arrived on our shores. The Portuguese. They came with ships, with guns, and with a hunger for land and slaves. By the early 1600s, they were already taking our people and sending them across the ocean. I watched my kingdom change, and I knew one day I would have to fight for it. My brother became king after my father died. The Portuguese grew stronger. They demanded land. They demanded tribute. They demanded slaves. In 1622, my brother sent me to meet the Portuguese governor. He thought I would speak for him. He did not know I would speak for the kingdom. When I entered the room, the governor sat on a chair. They placed a mat on the floor for me. They wanted their king above me and me beneath him. I refused. I would not sit on the ground. So I gave the order. One of my attendants knelt beside me, and I sat on her back like a throne. If they would not give me a seat, I would make one. From that moment, they knew I was not like the rulers they had met before. And from that moment, they knew I would not bow. That was the beginning of war. In 1624, my brother died. Some say he was killed, some say he took his own life. Either way, the kingdom needed a ruler, and I took the throne. Not as a wife, not as a regent, as queen. I led the army myself. I trained with the warriors. I planned every battle. The Portuguese thought they could defeat us quickly. They were wrong. For years we fought. They had guns, we had the land. We moved through forests they could not see. We struck when they thought we were gone. I made alliances. I changed tactics. I did whatever it took to keep my people free. They called me ruthless. They called me dangerous. They called me a problem that would not go away. Good. That was exactly what I wanted. The war lasted for decades. I fought the Portuguese. I fought rival kingdoms. I fought anyone who tried to take what was ours. I ruled for nearly 40 years, not hiding behind soldiers, leading them. By the time peace finally came, I was no longer the young princess they first met. I was a queen they could not defeat. I died in 1663, but my story did not end. In Angola, I am remembered as a hero, a warrior, a ruler who refused to give her kingdom away. History tried to call me a rebel. My people call me Queen Nzinga. Queen Nzinga, born circa 1583, Ndongo, Angola, met Portuguese governor 1622, became queen 1624, led war against Portugal for decades, ruled merely 40 years, died 1663, one of Africa's greatest warrior queens. The receipts are official. Stories like this remind us history isn't just kings and presidents. Sometimes the real leaders, the real warriors, the real legends are the ones history tried to conquer. I am Nzinga, and the receipts are official. If you enjoy stories history tried to forget, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to Receipts from the Past. Because over here, we check the facts, we spill the tea, and we always bring the proof. History, receipts, no cap. And my story is only the beginning. Because the world is full of warrior queens they never expected you to learn about. And I will tell their stories.